Hey there, Drew Rebar, Auditing Reno 911. Do you ever go to the government needing help and always come away disappointed? You ever feel like the government helps you? That's the question. I don't. I think the government tries to harm me personally. I'm going to talk a little bit about that tonight. So, in the background, let me see if I can. There we go. That's Mr. David Gravel. He is now retired, but he was a supervising investigator for the Nevada Transportation Authority. And the gal right behind me here, that's Ms. Julie Butler. She is the ex-director of the Nevada DMV, and she is a candidate against me for Nevada Assembly, so she's running for the Assembly. And then let me move over here a little bit. That man right there, well, that's Nevada Chief of Police J.D. Decker. And I'm saying they're all committing crimes. And I'm going to show you tonight where. And I'm going to show you tonight how it cost a man named Steve Barnes. Good God, I'll have to ask Steve. I would guess in the hundreds of thousands of dollars is what they've cost this one man's business and cost him personally. And I've shared some of that here. But Steve sent over some information the other day that proves exactly why he's innocent of the charges that the Nevada Transportation Authority put against him when they gave him citations, impounded his car. Eventually, his cars was sold off at an auction, as I understand it. So he owes, say, roughly $10,000 in fines to the government, and he lost his cars for his business. That's a messed up thing. And so anyways, let me share the email here with you. And this is an email from a man named David Gravel. So again, just put a face to David. There's David right there. That's Mr. David Gravel. But what you're seeing in this email is a bunch of legal mumbo jumbo. But it basically defines when the state of Nevada has authority and when federal government has authority over transportation. And what this email does is it reverses a, pull this up here for you. If I can go find it. There it is. It reverses a federal court decision called Brown Crew Car Case. And basically what it's about was when something is called intrastate transportation, meaning it happens within whatever state that you're operating in, only the state has authority. Or you've got interstate, where federal authority reigns supreme. And basically what they're doing with Mr. Barnes is they are taking away his constitutional rights of no due process. Federal judge said that what he is doing is legal. And then and that happened in 2009. And then all of a sudden, what happens? Well, David Gravel writes an email and says, you're screwed. We're going to start enforcing our laws against you. And if you don't follow our laws, we're going to take your stuff away from you and give you a lot of fines. So that's what that email shows right there. And if any of you watched before,
Open that up, please.
had a little video where I showed the process where Mr. Barnes got to go through his case with the Nevada Transportation Authority. And ultimately, there I am sitting there. Well, let's just listen for a second and see where we're at.
I'm not going to lie, I'm having heartburn on it because, Mr. Barnes, please hold on. Okay. Please. I'm having heartburn on this because I still feel that, and perhaps it's, I mean, we're going to have to play this out at some time. We're going to have to, you know, let it go to court and let a judge decide as to whether those flight crews in procurement are considered part of, if they're just passengers on the aircraft, or they are indeed part of the flight crew. I happen to believe that they're part of the flight crew. Again, having personal experience with.
So right here, we're talking about flight crews coming in for medical procedures. Basically, they're what these flight crews are doing that Mr. Barnes' limousine company was transporting, is they were going from the airport with this medical crew, and then they were going to the hospital to get the organs, do all the organ stuff, or deliver organs or whatever they're doing, and then they're heading back to the interstate air flight. So basically, the reason it's all one trip is this crew left their state wherever they were at, flew into Nevada, got off the airplane, went and did their job, came back to the airplane, got on the airplane, and left. And evidently, this is an illegal action that Mr. Barnes cannot transport them because the Nevada Transportation Authority says that it's intrastate transportation, not interstate, when in fact they're moving from state to state harvesting organs. Hopefully they're saving lives.
A lot of this stuff of organ procurement and you know, I mean, this is, and maybe I'm too close to this to make this kind of a decision. This is near and dear to my heart, and organ procurement, any interruption in organ procurement is potentially going to cost someone some of their lives. And I want to commend the way that this all went down, just for the way that things were dealt with ultimately, but it could have had a much worse outcome.
I have one more thing to say, please. I have one more thing I want to say.
Mr. Barnes?
Okay, so we do many of these. We've done hundreds of these. Almost all of them are in California. So what happens is that, let's just say the pilots run out of hours. Let's just say
Chairman, I'm sorry again. Mr. Barnes said we do hundreds of these. It's not on the agenda.
Okay,
the only one.
All right, I want to give you some context.
Case.
I just want to give you some context.
Mr. Barnes, she is correct.
Okay, here's the thing. So what happens is, if the flight crew runs out of hours, they have to take off or they can't fly. The organ now must go somewhere. So in many cases, we take the organ from the hospital and the person who's got the organ. It's only one person generally. And then we'll drive it somewhere because it can't be flown there because there's no plane that can take it there. The pilots are out of hours. So now,
Chairman, again, this is irrelevant to the case.
No, we're talking about the second part of it. No.
I have asked Mr. Barnes to stay.
You're talking about the second part.
Miss Wilburn.
I just want to finish.
Miss Wilburn, just hold on for a second. I'm gonna let him just go ahead and complete his thought.
I just want to. So when this organ comes out, there could be complications. These flight crew, they're limited by hours. Either they have to park the plane and not fly, or they have to fly out of there somewhere else to get somewhere else. And the surgeons are separate. The organ and the person that babysat that organ and that machine, on many occasions, we are then told, hey, you've got to drive this machine and this person somewhere because the plane's not able to take it, or it could be weather related. So the second part of the trip is never guaranteed that you even get the second part,
okay.
or where are you going to go from? And I'll even, like I said before, the first part was legal. Why do we assume that the second part was illegal? But again, we don't even know what the second part was because there was no second part. We were impounded.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Barnes.
You're welcome.
Right there, he just said that they impounded his vehicle.
Okay. Anyone else? Mr. Rebar? Go ahead. You have 3 minutes.
Drew Rebar, A&A Towing. I am a certificated carrier in the state of Nevada, CPCN 7209.
Mr. Chairman, I'm sorry, this is not public comment. Mr. Rebar is not a respondent in this case, nor is he legal counsel. He shouldn't be speaking in this case. He wasn't.
I'm taking public comment right now, Miss Wilburn. Go ahead, Mr. Rebar.
Thank you.
This is public comment.
I believe
That's
I was
3 minutes.
around when this law was put into effect. My industry is a beneficiary of this law. I impound vehicles at the order of the NTA and store them, and we charge a fee and we enrich ourselves. The way I'm hearing things described is the authority is impounding vehicles before the crime is committed. The NTA, by their actions of targeting me with David Gravel and supervising investigator Foster, that's now the chief, lying on the public record, I have great concerns with regards of the integrity of many individuals within the Nevada Transportation Authority. And why do I have those feelings about
I'm going to
that?
handle my piece of it one way.
Okay.
I can tell you what my concerns are with this, and we can try to address that on the NTA
My-
stuff.
my
Or you
concern-
can play Mr. Lawyer, talk about
Well, here-
stop and frisk, constitutional law.
He really
Nothing to do
My,
with
my
that,
issue
okay?
is,
doesn't like the Constitution.
no, all of this is constant, so you're saying this law is more important than the Constitution, that's
Okay.
my
I'm not
issue.
gonna-
with
do you want to
this
talk to me
law.
about this or not? Are you charging category C first day storage again?
Well, if you wanna write me a ticket, and then I'll
Okay.
answer those questions,
He's an angry little man. Watch him with the papers now.
You got it, you got it.
okay? But you also may lose your qualified immunity.
So that's David Gravel. That's the guy we're talking about
The
here.
way that they carry out their jobs as they appear to target certain individuals. The way that this law seems to have been carried out over my roughly 20 years of experience in dealing with the NTA doesn't always seem to be blind justice. I have a great constitutional issue with the way the Transportation Authority is doing this. I think you have great problems, especially with the Supremacy Clause, and not adopting the federal CFRs that regulate interstate under your DOT numbers, especially when dealing with aircraft and medical cases. There seems to just be a problem here. How is this a benefit to the people of not only our state and community, but the nation that are having medical issues and need these body parts from somebody that may unfortunately be deceased to go and benefit somebody that's alive and going to hopefully contribute to our overall society and nation? This just appears to be wrong on so many levels. And I believe this all came about in regards to a man named Bob Ferriman years ago. Bob Ferriman went so far to escape the reach of the Nevada Transportation Authority that he went to, where was it? Puerto Rico or wherever, and got a Puerto Rican driver's license so that the Nevada Transportation Authority couldn't take his driver's license away. Then he became a lobbyist and lobbied to our Assembly and our Senate in order to deal with some of the corruption that he found here. I just find that this is, how is this whole thing helpful to the public and benefiting the public? How is it constitutional? And how is it honoring our federal oversight and federal supremacy? And the Transportation Authority doesn't want to adopt these regulations. Thank you very much, Drew Rebar, A&A Towing.
Thank you, Mr. Rebar. You're right on time. You got 3 minutes down.
I've been practicing.
I didn't have to call you out. That's impressive.
I've been practicing.
Impressive.
There's
Thank you so
NFL
much.
teams that
Thank you
could
so
use
much.
you.
All right. Any public comment down in Las Vegas, and then I'll go to online.
Members of the audience who wish to comment? There are no members of the audience who wish to comment, Mr. Chairman.
I think we may have someone online. I know we had Mr. Kaplan online earlier who made a comment under general public comment. Mr. Kaplan, are you still online? Would you like to make public comment?
Raised.
Hearing none, hands raised, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, very good. I'll close public comment. I'm going to bring it back to the board. For one last, Mr. Ferendorf, your closing statements.
I believe everything's been said. I don't have anything.
Okay, thank you so much. Mr. Zoka, any closing statements?
At this point, Mr. Chairman, I believe I've said everything on behalf of my client that I have to say. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Let's go to a motion. I'm looking for a motion either to approve item number 24 or to deny it.
Chair, I'll make the motion to approve item number 24.
Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Teddy, second by Commissioner Gibbons. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those nay, Hartung is a nay. Motion carries 2-1.
Guilty. So, yeah, let's think about this here for a second. Let's think about this. So here's the email where the supervising investigator at the Nevada Transportation Authority changed the law that the judge already ruled on back in 2009. Now, this is a problem in multiple ways. See, the same David Gravel is the same David Gravel that was writing emails about me. And David Gravel says, I say cite them for whatever we can. He didn't know what he was investigating with me. He just was going to come get me. So that's the same guy that changed the law that caused Mr. Barnes to get a citation that's harmed his business by hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's what David Gravel did. Now I got these other two up here. Why do I got these other two up here? Well, these other two, if you watch some of my other videos, they, well, this guy right here made it so when you buy certain cars, instead of getting a real title, you get a salvage title. Why did he do that? According to his documentation, he did it to prevent profit. That's J.D. Decker at the DMV. And he did that while he was conspiring with this woman, Julie Butler, who is the director of the DMV, because they didn't want people to make money selling cars. So they changed the rules. Now, you see, I got a lot of documentation. I won't keep boring you with it, other than I do have it. So all the stuff I'm saying is, well, sue me if I'm wrong. So this is what the government does. They come in, they decide they don't like you, they change the laws on you without going through the legislative process. And why is that important? Well, because we've got a constitution. But basically, we've got all these little bureaucratic bullshit people that are just trying to screw other people. And that's part of the problem with our system. So, Mr. Gravel, Ms. Butler, and Mr. Decker. There's three of you. Well, two of you used to work for the state. You got to be retired now on the taxpayer dime after you violated the taxpayers for, 20 or 30 years, at least each of you. So what is that, 40 to 60 years of screwing taxpayers y'all did? And J.D. Decker, you're still working for the government, so you're still collecting that tax money, and you're going to get that sweet retirement program, aren't you? Oh, let me look at some of your comments here. Hey, Matthew, how you doing? So Matthew says, elected and appointed lifetime criminals, the main problem is unless Americans affected directly, they allow representatives and bureaucrats to run their lives while lobbyists and corporations fill seats where citizens once Sat. Yep. Probably. Probably. What's the punishment for treason? Like to see somebody convicted of it. I think a lot of it's happening. Stealing our money, taking our freedom, screwing the public, not serving the public. Anyways, I wanted to point out tonight that I just got that new information, that email about David Gravel changing the rules, and the video that I'd done before where take these glasses off. Where they're changing the laws just because they can. A supervising investigator of a state agency, you just saw, they changed the law themselves. Not your legislators, not your governor, not anybody you voted for, but a cop decided he didn't like a law that a judge had ruled on and just said, screw it. I'm doing it on my own. That's what all these people up here have been doing. Whether it was the director, the ex-director of the DMV, argue the current director of the DMV, Tanya Laney, is doing that too. I'll show you some of that. JD Decker is still up to his old tricks. Just back in August, he was changing the rules on me again. I got documents on that. So the people we got that are running all these state agencies, they all need to go. They're all corrupt, in my opinion. Anyways, that's what I wanted to tell you tonight. Thanks for watching. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, and Happy New Year. But definitely Merry Christmas. Have a good night.